I've hit over 100 threes in a row or more 51 different times, and in this video I am going to tell you the most important drills and what you can do starting today to get your level of consistency to the point where you can hit 100 threes in a row. The main points I'm going to hit throughout this video is really what made me want to start trying to hit over 100 threes in a row, and then the two drills that I think are the most important drills that you can do to get your consistency to that level. And if we go back to the beginning, what really made me start wanting to even start thinking of trying to hit 100 threes in a row was me seeing Stephen Curry hit 105 threes in a row. Because at that point, I didn't even think it was humanly possible for a person to hit 100 threes in a row, let alone 105 in one setting. Like, I didn't think that was possible, but then I thought to myself, like, I'm a pretty consistent shooter as it is, and I've gotten 90 out of 100 before. I've gotten 95 out of 100 before. So what is there to say that I couldn't do that? And then from there, like, I never thought in my wildest dreams that I would have a list that consists of 51 different times now over 100 threes in a row, with my record being 193. I went into this trying to hit 100 once, and I'm at 51 different times. But then if I look back to my training when I was younger and everything, with the consistency shooting drills that I did, with all of this different stuff that I did, I really have been training for this my whole entire life. I just never really thought about it. And if you're pretty familiar with my live streams, the way they normally work, the way I normally do the streaks is I stand in one spot, I shoot on the shooting machine, and I just go. I try to get into a rhythm. The reason I stand in one spot is, one, I'm usually in a gym by myself, and I have a tripod. So it's kind of hard to do movement shooting and keep your rhythm when you're by yourself and you have a tripod with your phone. And then also, TikTok Live doesn't like when the thing's horizontal. I've learned that the hard way. They like it when the phone is straight up and down, just like the format for TikTok. And also, Stephen Curry, when he did the 105, he stood in one spot. He did it in the corner. So I thought, if I'm going to try to beat his record, why would I do something different when I can just do exactly what he did, just from different spots over time? A lot of people see the shooting machine, see how I do it, and they're like, well, if anybody can do a 100 streak like that. And it's kind of funny to think about, because if I go back to the very beginning, my first over 100 streak was 102. And I actually did it without the shooting machine. I had one rebounder, it was my mom, and I did it from 10 different spots. So what I was training for that summer was I would try to do 10 in a row at a spot and then move over, 10 in a row at a spot and then move over, and do it that way, because it was easier at the time for me to count that way, because then it was kind of like I was just crossing off spots. And then the other drill that I really did, that wasn't really a drill. That was just the way of me counting. It was easier than just standing in one spot, especially with one rebounder, because the shooting machine, you can expect a pass every 3 seconds. With a rebounder, without the net above the rim, it could be very sporadic. So sometimes it could be 8 to 10 seconds before you get another pass, because the ball could bounce a pretty far away. So it's kind of hard to keep your rhythm. That's why I'm pretty proud of the 102 that I did. But something that I've done throughout my whole entire career, drill-wise, that's prepared me for doing the streaks and doing all this stuff without even thinking about it, is a drill I like to call the 5x20 shooting drill. So the 5x20 shooting drill, just a brief explanation of what it is you just pick 5 spots, normally the corner, the wing, top of the key, wing, and the corner. I did this drill 1 or 2 times every single workout. And what you do is you shoot 20 shots at each of those spots, and you count and you keep track of how many you make out of 20 at each spot. And then at the end, you add all of them up and you get a number out of 100. I think this is one of the best drills to see improvement, because you have a number every single day at the end of your workouts to try to beat. So if you get 75 one day, then you're trying to beat that 75 the next day, and so on and so forth, and you just keep that in your head. You're more competitive with yourself rather than being competitive with other people. I did this drill the summer that I hit 102. I hit it at the very end of the summer, and I would do this drill 2 to 3 times, sometimes every single workout, and just try to get it. The whole entire summer, I probably did this drill 45 times, and I only got lower than 90 once. I would get 98. I had 99 one time. I got probably 96 almost half of the times. That's when you know you are super close. And the time that I hit 99 out of 100, I missed it like 79. I hit 79 in a row, and it was at 5 different spots. But the 5x20 shooting drill is one of the best drills that I've personally done to get my brain and to get my mind just ready for the streaks and ready for the out of 100 mindset. And the last drill that I think is vital to being very good at shooting in a row and having that mindset going into it, because the in a row mindset is so much different than any other way that you can possibly train. And this I just like to call the In a Row series. It's the backbone of my shooting program that's available in the App Store. And basically you can do it mid-range and from 3. And you can do 7 spots mid-range and 6 or 7 spots threes. You can do it from as many spots as you want. And you basically just don't leave a spot until you make a certain amount in a row. So if you're in the short corner, start with 3 in a row. And if 3 in a row gets too easy, you bump it up to 5. Once 5 in a row gets too easy, bump it up to 7. Once 7 in a row gets too easy, you bump it up to 10. And I do the same progression for threes, because once you get to 10, that's usually where I cap it. But once you get to 10, and that starts getting a little more easy, you do 10 in a row, and then till you miss, then you move to the next spot. Because then you start getting to 20, then you start getting to 25, then you start getting to 30. That's the best way that I can think of training, because it's all progression based and it's all based on you. If 3 in a row is too hard, you can do 3 in a row or don't move until you make 15 or 3 in a row, just so you can have a cap. Nobody is forcing you or forcing you to make a certain amount in a row. It's all progression based and it's all based on you. And I love training like this because you see your own improvement right before your eyes. Some days might be harder, but some days you come in and the In a Row series just flies by and you're like, oh my God, I'm getting so consistent. Like, this is amazing. And the beauty with the In a Row series is you don't have to just do spot up shooting. Of course, spot up shooting is how you're gonna do the 100 streaks. That's what this video is about. But if you wanna get good at step backs, don't leave a spot until you make a certain amount of step backs in a row. That's the best way to build consistency in my experience and in my journey. That's just the best way that I have seen improvement in every facet of my shooting ability. The In a Row series is where it's at, really. So if you guys have made it this far into this video, thank you guys so much. I have hit over 100 threes in a row 51 different times now. My record is 193. I have been doing this for the last 2.5 years, and I just want to thank you guys so much. Please drop a like, drop a subscribe if that's even what you do. Just subscribe to this channel, because I'm going to be dropping full-length videos every Friday. I'm going to start dropping all of my 100 streaks. I have 24 full videos out of the 51 different times. Again, didn't know that I was going to have this long of a list before I did this, so I didn't keep all of them. So I have 24 out of the 51 times. I'm going to start dropping those every Monday, starting pretty soon. So be on the lookout for that, and drop a comment of what you want me to talk about next. But thank you guys so much. Always remember peace, love, and positivity, and always remember to be positive. See ya.
Extra pass, McCoy. 3 ball, count it! Brother, oh brother, did we need that?